All right, everybody, welcome today. Hope things are finding you well. Today's lesson is going to be a little different today, and so I'll give you a couple reasons of that, and then we'll talk. It's different because we're going to combine everything that we've done so far this year, and it's going to ask you things that are review questions from last year. Some things we haven't discussed yet: constitutive proportionality, the mean, the median. On the assignment, if you guess, well, I'm going to explain what I'm going to help you out there in just a minute. But with all of these hardships, I guess, with this assignment, I'm going to go over some examples here in the book if you have the book. But if you don't have the book, there's another hardship. If you don't have the book, but you want to work on the assignment, you can skip to the end of this video where I'm going to have some hints on each of the questions in the assignment to help you get it right. And as I'm thinking through these numbers, I hope the numbers are all the same. As I'm looking through this, it should work out. But know that the point of this lesson is not so much to get 100% on the assignment as it is to practice the concepts that's being taught. And applying this to real world, the application problems, that's the hardest type of problems you're going to see. So just know that today's work is the hardest assignment that you'll have, and it's really just to gain experience more than anything else. Don't think that the test is going to be made up of all these kinds of problems. This is really just to give you an insight as to some of the problems you'll see at the end of your test. It's more practice than anything else. So with that caveat and with that understanding, please comfortably just give it a shot, and I'll go through a couple examples in the book if you have the book after I explain something here. But if not, you can just skip ahead to the end and look at the helps, the hints that I give you, and then open a new tab and work on the assignment. Here we go. You're going to see words today like add or decrease or quotient or product or more than. Or as you see things, as you see words, I just want you to know what each of the words mean. So each of these words means that you're going to be adding something together. These words right here, if you see these words, it means you're subtracting. The word of, for example, means multiply. A product, if you're timesing two things together, that's a way that we say you're multiplying. And then dividing or quotient goes into, especially per. You're going to see per your whole life. All that means is just means divide. Okay, so with that little bit of introduction, here we go. In your book, if you'll go to page 67 and 66 and 67, and on all of these, you can just push pause, get to the place where you're there. But we'll start actually on page 66 and looking at number 6. And the reason I've got a scratch paper here is to show you how to use scratch paper to solve these problems. It talks about the temperature changing by a negative 54 degrees over 22.5 minutes. So what was the change of the temperature each minute? So they're asking you the change in the temperature each, and so here's the each, the divide sign, each minute. The each means, have I written that down? I haven't. We talked about this the other day, that each means divide. So the temperature each minute, well, it changes 54 degrees over 22 minutes. So it goes down 54 degrees over 22.5 minutes. With that scratch work done, you can type that into the calculator. Negative 54 divided by 22. You can say 22.5. I'll type it this way just for so I don't have to retype it. I don't have to hit delete. Well, let's do it. I'll hit delete. 54 divided by the mixed number, up arrow 7, second 7, 22.5. There we go. So it changes negative 12/5 each minute. And another way to write it is, yes, negative 2 1/5 degrees every minute. That's number 6. Now, if you take a look at number 4, Again, if you have the book, she has a savings balance of 153 on Monday. And she makes 6 withdrawals of that much. And so she takes out 6 times 1572. And then she adds into the account 2315. What was her balance out after all of those? When you type that in the calculator, you're going to end up with her amount. You're going to subtract off 6 times. We've said when a number is right next to the other number, it means multiply. And then you're going to add on 235.15. And by doing that, you'll get the balance. And there's the balance. There's another example. Let's say you did number 8. Farmer sells 15 3/5 bushels every day, each day. What represents the change after 6 days? So we've got corn each day. So we've got the 15 3/5 corn each, that's divided by each day, and there's 6 of them. So again, from earlier assignment, typing that into the calculator correctly, the fraction is the mixed number 15 3/5 on top. I'm having to press the second 7 a lot. And then with the arrow key going down to 6. Whoa, not like that. Delete the 6. There we go. Over 6 days. 13/5. So it's 13/5 each day, or 2 3/5 each day. Okay, we can take a look at number 11. And if you look at 11 with Brianna working in customer service, she knows the amount of her bonus is $155. So she's going to get 155. But $2.50 are taken out each time someone complains. And there's those 12 complaints. So she's going to take away that 12 times the $2.50. In doing that and working that out, the $155 minus 12 250s, and that's her new bonus. Lost $30 because of customer complaints to 125. Again, those are just a couple examples. I know it's not a ton. It's not a ton of help. This video isn't a ton of help when I can't portray the book. But the assignment today is really just to gain experience by trying those problems. So for example, on number 1, if you add up the scores, and I said divide by 5 because there are 5 scores on them, you see that I've got some numbers on each of these. When you're working through the assignment and you're working through each of these word problems, if your problem ends up with a different number, then you know that you can just look at what number I have and replace your number in there. The point today is not to get 100%, but it's to gain experience trying these real world problems. This is the hardest kind of problems that you're going to see in these math classes. So I really just want you to gain experience. Don't feel like you have to get 100% on it. I won't ding your grade on this. But here's the video. You can push pause on this and then open a new tab in Savvas Realize, and then come back to this video and look at it and see how it helps you get some experience on that assignment. Thanks for watching. Give it your best shot. Again, gain the experience. Don't feel like you have to get 100. It won't ding your grade. Well done. Thanks for watching. Have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.